Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife video for you. Today, we have my top 10 truly lightweight EDCs. And why do I word it that specific way? Well, first of all, the word truly is because all of these are under 2.5 ounces. The first time I did one of these videos a couple years ago, I do like to update this one every now and then because it is a category people care about. I made it 3 ounces and under, and that was a thing back then, but now like almost everything with a 3-inch blade is under 3 ounces. Like all the new stuff, everybody's really paid attention on smaller knives to make them lightweight. So I made it 2.5 to make it a bit more challenging. Now, why do I say EDC? Because all these knives are 3-inch or close to 3-inch blade. I'm gonna keep touching this to try and keep it from rebooting. They're 3-inch or at least very, very close to that blade. So they're actual true like EDC knives. It's easy just to pick up, a knife with a 2-inch blade under 2 ounces. You can find those all day long. So these are actual like quasi full size knives that you can just use as a proper EDC knife. In that vein, there are no traditionals or, quasi traditional knives. I didn't put the open L and stuff in here this time. I'm making them more modern folders. So with all that explanation out of the way, here we go with the first one. We have, I'm going to apologize for using this scale. It is pretty small, but it is by far the most accurate one that I have, and I think you guys will still be able to see it. We have the Hogue DECA. This is the modified Wharncliffe version, and I will tell you right away, when I put it on this scale, it is not going to be sub 2.5. It's going to be barely over, but the regular clip point version that most people get is barely sub 2.5 inches. Perhaps if they remove some screws, they all would be that light, but that's a whole other rant. It is a great knife other than the copious amounts of screws on it. Very comfortable in the hand, very solid, made in the US, and I love the DECA. I think it's just a fantastic freaking knife, and it doesn't get as much attention as it should. It did briefly when it first came out, and now like nobody really talks about it anymore. Some people really hate the pocket clip. I like it. I did put an aftermarket clip on it for a while. The a ZT clip will fit it, but I went back to the regular one. I kind of like the regular one better. Just ergonomically, it fits in my hand better. I have no problems with that clip. And it weighs, in this format, yeah, see, 2.58. The clip point version has a little less steel in the blade. It's like 2.48 or 2.46, something like that. Just barely different. But again, probably if I just remove that filler tab, it would probably be sub 2.5 even in this version. But really awesome knife, and $140 for 20 CV steel. Not bad at all. They are really good value, especially for a made in American knife with 20 CV. They come in several different colors. This is the blue lava. There's also a G-Mascus is what they call this, with a brown and black. There's a black handle version. You can get them with coated blades, or this is the non-coated blade. Awesome value. Can't recommend the DECA enough. I've recommended this to a whole lot of people. I think maybe in 2020, this is probably a knife that I've recommended more than almost anything. Really, really like these. And the value is just insane. Next up, this is another knife that has been in a whole lot of these top 10 videos. I've been doing a lot of these because, we're all stuck at home and you guys like these videos. I've been doing a whole lot of these. And I've never reviewed this knife yet, but it is mine, and it's one of my favorites. This is the Protec Newport, and it winds up in all these videos, but I still need to get off my butt and do a full video on it. It's not a new design. It's been around for quite a while. Very slender, kind of pokey design, and is an auto, obviously, as you heard. That unmistakable Protec thwack, and I just really like it. I like the ergos on it. I love the feel of it. Pocket clip, you get a little bit of a hot spot. I think that's more pocket clip than this knife needs. But other than that, I just really, really love the Newport. It's probably going to be in another one of the top 10s because I'm doing my top 10 Sliceyest knives that I own, and this is probably going to be on there. This is a laser beam. This blade, it is great. I love it a lot, and it is S35 VN, not the 154 CM that you see on a lot of Protec. So let's get the weight here. I think you're going to be shocked by this because automatics, you don't think super light. 2.21 ounces. Well under that weight limit. And I love the Newport. They start out at 165 in this configuration. This is the cheapest one because I'm a cheapskate. If you want to go nuts on one of these, you can spend nearly $1,000 on one of these. They do custom versions a lot from Protec. You can get them in a whole bunch of different colors for just a little bit more. I know I just saw a purple one when I was looking up stats on this. I kind of wish I'd have seen the purple one, but I may have to get another one. But you can get them with, the mother of pearl buttons and all kinds of cool stuff with Protec. Yeah, but they start out 165. Lots of colors. They have the rose gold blades. I really like those too. Oh, the purple with the rose gold. Oh my Lord. I would do very bad things to get a purple Protec Newport with a rose gold blade. All right, next up, now that I've rambled about that, we're going to bring out a classic, the Benchmade 940-1. I'm specifying the -1 because this is the one that is under 2.5 ounces. The others are just barely over it. If you want to get the -2 that has the G10 handles, this is the carbon fiber, obviously, in the -1. The standard one with the aluminum is just a little bit over the 2.5 ounces, but with the S90V blade and the carbon fiber handles, this does have a slightly smaller pocket clip, so add, you know, 0.1 or whatever for that, because there's a bug out clip on it, but you're looking at 2.37 ounces. Even with the standard clip, it's still well underneath the 2.5 ounce mark. And the 940 is just a classic. Definitely a full-size EDC, a pleasure to carry. The downside to the -1 is it's pretty expensive. You're looking at $272. Not exactly a bargain. You are getting S90V. I don't like sharpening S90V, but I sure as hell love using it. It's the 940 is just an absolute classic, and you have that lovely access lock. It's just a blast to use. I do really, really, really enjoy the 940, and this is my favorite stock configuration of one of them. Great knife. If you want to spend less, the other ones are down, you know, well below 200, but this particular carbon fiber one that's under 2.5 ounces is $272. Okay, next up, one of the lightweight icons, even though it hasn't been out that long, we have the Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight. Now, Spyderco occasionally is a bit frivolous with the word lightweight. That's how I'm going to put it. They just put GFN on something. It's like a 1/4 ounce lighter than the other version. They call it a lightweight. Okay, I guess technically that's accurate, but this is actually a true lightweight for sure, because you were looking at a weight of 2.4 ounces. So definitely in the lightweight category. This is the standard version with the BD1N steel. They do have several other versions of the lightweight out already. They've really been going to town with it. I think it's my favorite version of the Para 3 by quite a bit. I like the contour of the handles. It's just great. It's just really comfortable in the hand. The BD1N doesn't really bother me. The action's really good. $98 for one of these. You can debate down below if it's worth that for plastic handles and BD1N steel, but it's got a compression lock and all that fun stuff to fidget with. I think it is. I really do like the Para 3 Lightweight a lot. Like I said, it's my favorite Para 3. And yeah, 2.42 ounces. Okay, now let's grab the next one. This is a more budgety option, and honestly, another knife that I recommend to people a lot if they don't have a lot of money and they just want a good, cheap first knife, the Gerber Dozer. They're $20. They come with a thumb stud version as well. I happen to like this one with the deployment hole, AUS-8 steel, just, you know, FRN, fancy plastic handles. Simple backlock, very simply designed knife, but man, the ergos are great. I think I owned 3 or 4 of these. I don't even know anymore. This is the one that stays in my knife case because it's the one that I like the most with the deployment hole, but I have a few of the thumb stud ones just interspersed about my home, and they get used a lot by family members and stuff. But yeah, this is just a great value knife. The Dozer is just a highly underrated knife, although I think guys who know, but yeah, and 2.16 ounces. Wicked light, $20. They come in a myriad of different colors. You can find them in almost anything. I know I have a purple one somewhere, and I have a tan one and a green one. I think the yellow one went away. I think I gave that to a guy that was working on my house. Maybe it was the tan one. I don't know. But yeah, I give these away a lot because I have them laying around the house. Guys who come to work in my house doing stuff, I see them pull out a crappy knife. Friends don't let friends carry M-Techs. I just give them one of these if I have one laying around with it. Maybe I'm down to only one. I don't think so. I think there's a couple more around. Next up, we have the SIVB McKenna. Now this is a front flipper. It's the only front flipper on the list. This is the Wemascus version that is like $90 and gone. I don't know if they're going to make more of them or not. But then the standard D2 blade you can get with the same scale color and everything. There are other colors available. Those are $68. So again, pretty much in that budget category. It just has amazing action. It's a SIVB. You know, you expect it to be and it's named after my daughter. Not really, I spell it different, but yeah, it's named after somebody else. But Elijah Isham design, beautiful knife. This is the smallest knife in this grouping. Definitely the most slender anyway, but still big enough to be a really good proper EDC, and 1.74 ounces. Yeah, so under 2 ounces. So very, very lightweight knife. And they're just cool as hell. They're just so much fun to play with. That hole is just for decorative purposes. You can't flick that. Even if you have tiny little baby fingers, I don't think you'd be able to. And next up, we have a fairly new edition, also from the WE/SIVB family. And maybe my favorite proper WE knife, the Kitefin. And one of the cheapest WEs, starting out at 158 bucks up to 162, depending on which configuration you get, of which there are many. This is the carbon fiber one that is the lightest, but all of them are well under 2.5 ounces, as you will see. Yeah, 2.34. I think the other ones are like, I think the full titanium versions are like 2.4 something. So all well under that. Awesome action. Very, very slicey blade. I love this. I don't remember if this is the marble or the shred carbon. It looks like shred to me, but I think it did say marble on the box. I can't remember. But I love the look of this one. I like all the bronze touches in the pocket clip. The titanium ones have like a flame ano, which is cool as well. Bronze screws. Just a gorgeous knife and not horribly expensive. S35 VN steel and titanium frame lock. That awesome WE action. 170 bucks. This one kind of bridges the gap between SIVB and WE. And again, 2.33 ounces. It lost 100 something ounce while I was playing with it. Maybe some dust or cat hair fell out of it. Next up would be the Spyderco Chaparral. Now, this is the carbon fiber version. This is the $140 version. This is one of the heavier versions. They do make a titanium one that obviously weighs more, but 2.43 ounces. There is a Chaparral Lightweight. This one's $140. The Chaparral Lightweight is $96. That's significantly lighter. That is a lightweight version of a knife where Spyderco used that word correctly. I do believe that one is... I think it's like almost half an ounce lighter than this, so it is quite a bit lighter. They both have the same awesome XHP steel, slicey as all get out, and still, it's a smaller knife, but still plenty big enough to be considered a real EDC knife. All 4 fingers fit on completely fine. They all have this wire clip. Like I said, there are other versions that are heavier than this, but those are the 2 main ones you got to look at. This is my favorite. I just like the feel of the peel ply carbon a lot more than the FRN that is on the lightweight. Now, we're getting down here pretty low on the list, so we're going to start out with the next one, or start to finish up with the next one. This is another budget option, 30 bucks. The CRKT Pete, pretty new knife. I really do like this a whole lot. Voxnay's design, the ergos are excellent. I just really enjoy using this. FRN scales again, 8CR13 want steel, but at 30 bucks, I'm not going to complain a bit. Lovely deep carry clip with those recessed screws. It's another nice thing to have in a lightweight knife. You're wearing basketball shorts and stuff like that. Theoretically, it's going to get warmer out one of these days, and you know, you might want to have that. It got up to 60 here today. We're supposed to get snow on Friday. It's the middle of freaking May. So the Pete is a really good value, and it weighs... I let my scale go to sleep because I was yammering about the weather. Story of my life. 2.46 ounces. So under that 5 ounce, or that 2.5 ounces. I really like the Pete a whole lot. Probably my favorite thing CRKT's made this year, because this is CRKT not trying to stretch. And that's what I like. I don't like it when they take a design that they're paying somebody a lot of money for. I'm sure they paid Vox some money for this too, but they didn't try to stretch. They just made it what it is. They didn't make it super fancy, over ridiculous, over the top of the design, and then put crappy materials in it. This is about the materials you expect for 30 bucks. So I have no issues with this whatsoever. Love the Pete a whole lot. Now, next up, probably you guys are chanting, where's the bug out? Where's the bug out? Where's the bug out? Well, I saved it for last because there are variants, and all of them are good. So we're going to call the bug out one entry, but we're going to have both of them. First of all, we have the full-size bug out. This happens to be the CF Elite version. And we also have the mini bug out, which is still big enough to be a full-size EDC. I think so anyway, especially if you live in places of legality. Now, this is not the standard color one. This was a white Stormtrooper variant that I dyed red from the white. I made it from Stormtrooper to Sith Trooper. because I didn't like the white. So we'll get to that in a moment. We'll start out with the standard bug out. This is the CF Elite, so slightly lighter than the standard one, 1.81 ounces. The standard, you know, blue variant or one of the green ones with the coated blades and stuff, they're very tiny, incrementally heavier than this. Not enough you're really going to notice it. What's nice about, even with a full-size bug out, like this is the standard, this is the lightest one you can buy. These are $145 for one of these for a CF Elite. But if you just buy the regular one and then you start modding it, or buy this one and start modding it, even after mods, this is a standard one, modded with RC Bladeworks scales, which I love, and some aftermarket titanium screws and stuff. And it's still only 1.95 ounces. So you can even mod one of these to make it sturdier, make it heavy, make it more heavy duty, and it's still extremely lightweight. Now the Mini is smaller, obviously, and 1.49 ounces. Now I will say this is more like a little under 3-inch blade. Make sure I have this right. Sorry, we're off camera, but yeah, just a little under 3-inch blade versus 3 1/4 for the full size. I will say, elephant in the room, the reason why this is dyed is the only problem with the Mini bug out right now is it's brand new and the color choices are atrocious. So I got the Stormtrooper white scales with a black blade and I dyed it red. You can also get an orange. I thought about getting that and trying to dye it, but the orange comes with orange thumb studs and orange standoffs, and ugh, I didn't want that. So I went with this one knowing I was going to dye it. Did a few videos with it. As soon as I was done, I dyed it red because white G10 takes obviously perfectly true color and it's great. But yeah, I think I'm not declaring a best in this, but yeah, the bug out's pretty awesome, except the price. Other than the price, you really can't go wrong with a bug out for a very lightweight knife. So as I said, hopefully it gets warmer outside. We're all wearing lighter weight clothes, all that stuff. We're actually outside and you're going to care more about having a lightweight knife. I've been carrying ridiculously big, heavy stuff lately because I'm stuck in my house and I wear jeans all day, and I don't care. But hopefully I will care more about it shortly. So I hope this is a timely video and I hope you've enjoyed it. Stay safe out there, or stay safe in there, even better. Wash your damn hands. Have a good one, everybody.